So the theory underneath EMDR is something called the Adaptive Information Processing Model, which is what Francine Shapiro, the developer of EMDR, came up with, trying to explain why this worked. And basically, her idea was that what makes something traumatic is that the brain has not adequately processed the memory of it, the experience. And so she developed this model to explain why EMDR sort of works. The idea is the way the brain sort of makes sense of things is that whatever's happening in the here and now, it compares it to other memories. If you can think of like a computer running a search, it's like, is this like, and we'll see what it's like. And it brings up memory having to do with all aspects of it, the visual of it, the emotional of it, the sensations in the body, smells, every aspect of it. And so if the brain comes up with nothing at all, it classifies this particular event as trauma. A good example of that is 9/11. So none of us who were alive at that time had it within our experience and our frame of reference to see a commercial aircraft used as a missile. So if you were alive at that point, you might remember that we just kept talking about it and watching it and talking about it and watching it. And collectively, we kind of made sense of this event, this new event. And we realized that this is terrorism, and we took steps to protect ourselves. And we were able, as a culture, to get kind of over this. It wasn't traumatic for those of us across the country. Those at ground zero, they had a different experience, obviously. But as a whole, we made a frame of reference for it. So back to the brain, when the brain doesn't find something that helps to make sense of it, it classifies this experience as trauma. And Francine Shapiro's theory about this was, when we have something that is traumatic, that doesn't have an adequate frame of reference, the brain has trouble, kind of classifying it, and I think of it as like a file cabinet, although that's getting dated at this point, where to put this event. And so it sort of stays unprocessed. So that's what she says EMDR does, is it helps to adequately, finally process the event, all aspects of the event, in terms of how our body took it in.